with Hope. I am so excited to be back. I'm sure some of you may have noticed, but I took 2 weeks off from Happy Hour. So the last episode that you saw was a little over 2 weeks ago. And that's because my family and I relocated from Northern Virginia to Charleston, South Carolina. So I am now in a brand new home. I'm in my parents' home. This is my room. So there's a little bit of a change of scenery, and relocating to Charleston means I am no longer in my old filming space. And it also means that I am no longer with my previous film team. So it means that Happy Hour with Hope is going to look a little bit different from now on. But I'm super, super excited about it. And I'm super thankful that you guys are still tuning in, even though it's a little bit different than it usually is. So this month, I'm going to be going live on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm live on both right now to share with you all of the Happy Hour with Hope goodness that you normally get each week. So this month, for the month of August, I'm going to be going live each week to share with you something related to senior photography. As most of you know, I am a wedding photographer, but I'm also a high school senior portrait photographer. And it is one of my absolute favorite things about what I do. High school senior portraits are what got me started in photography in the first place. I was a junior and senior in high school when I began my business. So it was like a natural transition for me to go from being a high school senior to photographing high school seniors. So they have a very special place in my heart. There's something I absolutely love, and something I really, really love to teach about. So this entire month is dedicated to you senior and portrait photographers. The content that I teach will probably be relevant to you whether you're actually a senior portrait photographer or not, but I'm really hoping that this month helps a ton of you senior portrait photographers out there better your business, increase your bookings, and fall as in love with senior portraits as I am. So today, this week's episode, I wanna share with you the number one mistake I see photographers making that is causing them not to book senior portraits. I feel like it's a common misconception. It's something that I see almost all senior photographers doing, and they're not even realizing that it's something they're doing wrong, but it's hurting their business and causing seniors to not be as attracted to their business because maybe they aren't standing out from their competition, or seniors just aren't seeing the value in the business that you offer. And that one mistake I see photographers making is this. They're sharing only their images in their work, and they're not sharing anything about the behind the scenes or the actual experience that they're providing their seniors. So the mistake I see photographers making, again, is that they're highlighting their work. They're only talking about their images and the work that they produce. They're not actually sharing about their experience or anything about themselves or their behind the scenes of their business. And that is super detrimental to your business as a whole. Because if a senior or her mom or her dad are looking for a high school senior photographer, I call it the 10 tabs rule. They probably have 10 different tabs open on their computer of senior photographers that they've Googled in your area. And if they're looking at everybody and everybody just has the same story in their About Me section of how they got started when they were really young, and they have all of these places they've been published and all of these credentials and all of this photography photography jargon, is that the word? Photography jargon, and things that your clients don't understand because your senior clients likely aren't photographers. And so if they have 10 tabs open and everybody's is the same, nobody's gonna stand out. You're not gonna stand out as a senior photographer if the only thing that's highlighted on your website or your social media is your work that you create. But if somebody's looking at 10 different tabs and the senior that's searching for a photographer loves Chick-fil-A nuggets, the About Me section of my profile or my website talks about how I love Chick-fil-A nuggets, and by default, I stand out amongst those 10 photographers because of this random fun fact about me that has nothing to do with photography or my credentials or my work. And so the biggest mistake, again, I see people making is they're only sharing their work. They're only sharing their images. And again, that's hurting you. So I want to share with you 3 things that you can do today or this week or this month to help fix that problem, to start sharing more about yourself as the photographer and to share more about the experience that you provide your seniors to help you stand out amongst your competition and amongst other photographers in your area and to really appeal to who your ideal senior client is. So if you guys are still with me, let me know in the chat below for the live, but I just wanted to let you know those 3 things. So first thing you can do to start sharing more about yourself and stand out amongst your competitors is to bring someone with you to your senior sessions and have them capture behind the scenes images of you while you're shooting. This sounds like really silly and really unnecessary to some of you, but the reality is that seniors love to see the behind the scenes of the shoots that you're doing. They love your images too, but they love to see the way that you're creating those images. They love to see the way that you're actually bringing those photos to life and how much fun your seniors are having behind the scenes of your shoot. So you can bring an assistant with you or an intern with you and have have them capture behind the scenes photos of you. Or if a mom is at the senior session, or like they brought their sister or their friend along, you can pass your phone off to that person that's with you and that person that's at the shoot and ask them to capture some photos of you behind the scenes. And that way you have some pictures of yourself to share either on your feed or on your Instagram stories, and people get to see a peek into your senior experience and what life is like for an actual senior client in front of your camera. The second thing you can do is that you can take Instagram stories behind the scenes yourself while you're at your sessions. So if you don't have someone with you, or you don't want to have to worry about hiring videos of all the locations that you're shooting, or short fun little photos of their outfits and videos of their outfits, and then take them, save them, don't post them right away, and then edit them later to post on your Instagram stories. I use an app called Color Story, which is an incredible app that you can use to edit and brighten and saturate and change the color of your videos so that they match the rest of your content, the rest of your images in your feed. And so I recommend taking those videos, saving them, editing them, and then posting them later on to recap your session. And then the last thing you can do, the third thing you can do, is that you can have a spokesmodel team. If you have a spokesmodel team or a senior rep team, you can hand your phone or your camera off to one of the other girls at a shoot or at an event, and let your senior spokesmodels actually give their perspective of the event or the shoot that you're at. That's a super fun way to get more behind the scenes content, to have them share their perspective and have lots of content that you wouldn't be able to get because maybe you're going around shooting or you're going around socializing. But I love to give my phone to one of my seniors and let them take over my Instagram stories during a shoot or an event to get tons of behind the scenes content and give people a peek into what life looks like as a senior in front of my camera. So I hope those 3 tips were helpful for you guys. I'm super thankful that you guys tuned in. If you guys want to give me a couple questions, I'm going to start scrolling through and answering a couple questions in the chat. But I also wanted to let you know that if you want something to improve your senior experience right now, if you want a resource to help you improve your experience now, I'm going to be giving away my free senior questionnaire, which is the questionnaire I send all of my clients upon booking. It's the questions that I ask them to help customize their senior experience, decide where we're going to shoot, and make everything super special for my senior clients. And I'm going to give it away to you guys for free. So if you're watching this replay on YouTube, the link to that will be in the description. If you're watching live right now, it's in my Instagram bio to get access to that free senior questionnaire. It's what I send every single one of my clients, and I think it'll be super helpful to you in your senior experience. Amy asked, what was that program that you use for editing videos? I use Color Story, and I believe it's like 99 cents, or I think you do have to pay for it, but it's pretty cheap. And I love it because you can edit them and customize your videos and your Insta stories to look just like the rest of your content does, which I think makes it look really professional and high-end. Casey asked, do you always have an assistant along at your shoots? I don't. I actually very rarely bring an assistant with me. The only time I do have an assistant is on wedding days. And so instead, I'll hand the camera to mom, or I'll hand it off to a friend that came with them to their shoot. Or I really love utilizing my senior spokesmodel team for this because I actually double up and do 2 senior spokesmodel senior sessions in the same day. So I'll hand my phone off to one senior while I'm photographing the other, and get a ton of behind the scenes content that way. So my spokesmodel team is like my fave way to utilize that. You're welcome, Amy. I'll take one more question. I'm going to scroll up, see if I missed any. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, you guys are all so stinking sweet. Zula asked, what's a good editing company? I can't seem to keep up with my work lately. I completely relate to that, totally understand. I do outsource my wedding editing. I don't outsource my senior editing, but I use a private editor who unfortunately doesn't have any availability right now, but she does have an incredible resource called edit-source.com, and you can find a private editor for yourself there, and it's an awesome resource that I totally recommend. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I had so much fun chatting with you today, and I missed Happy Hour with Hope hopefully as much as you did. And I can't wait to see you guys next week. Have an awesome rest of your week. Bye-bye.